I gotta show you all the exciting snow. I mean, it looks like snow. It's not actually snow. It's more like a bunch of sleet that's crusty now. But I gotta get in my shoes. Hope everyone is keeping warm. And if you guys got the winter storm, hopefully it's more exciting than us here. It got down to a low of 9 today. Hi, Black Boy Ho. Good morning. Do you guys get much snow in Arizona, the part that you're in? I mean, I'm just getting all, putting on my shoes here so we can go walk around outside. It's actually pretty nice right now because the sun's out, so it feels really good. Put on my boots. I got 2 layers of pants on. Happy Monday. Good morning, Jonathan. Was it cold for you guys? Freezing? It's cold. But nothing that the sun makes it feel all right. Put on my gloves here so we'll go walk around. Let's go see how everything is doing. I think I might keep this one shorter because there's not a whole lot for me to do right now. I'm not starting seeds right now. This is what it looks like. Everything snowy. This is my grapefruit tree under here. I'm gonna put on my gloves. Hang on. Super sunny, so I have everything covered. Grapefruit tree, I put on my pots here. So in there, it looks nice and toasty. Lots of crusty snow. Crusty snow. And then here in my seedling section, I hope the snow is keeping them warm in there because I can't really see what's going on. And I don't want to remove it either. Oh, those pineapples were touching the snow a little bit. Whoops. Oh, well. That and there is my store pineapples that I was trying to propagate. Super cold. What else I got here? Yeah, everything is nice and crusty. My beet is somewhere down in there. And yeah, not a whole lot to show. Everything's crusty. Something green. That must be one of the onions that one of those onions, onion sets that I purchased and planted. That's in there. This is where my radishes are. Those French breakfast radishes. So we'll have to peel it back. It just rained here. Okay, nice. So yeah, hopefully, I think the Napa cabbages are doing okay in there. I can't really see. Yeah, it's like frosted. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think I have this little hole here that is letting in some cold air. Let me see if I can go back around to close it up. Yeah, you can see stuff. Hopefully it's not get too cold in there. But it is venting a little bit there. So I smell green onions. That's what I smell. Is it because I'm stepping on them? Oh, maybe I'm stepping on them. Whoops. Ooh, yeah. I forgot what that was. Oh, that might have been my bok choy near there. Whoops. It's tricky. We'll see how everything does. What was this? Yeah, so not a whole lot to see. Not a whole lot to see. Let's see. Turn back around. Yeah, so not a whole lot to see. It's beautiful and warm out here in the sun, though. And it's nice to see all the snow. Snow, ice, sleet. Good morning. Hi, monkey. Welcome. Not a whole lot to see here. I did use all of my plastic that I have ever purchased, and I literally covered this other side of the yard. I grow in my front yard a cottage food garden, and we'll see how everything comes out. In certain areas where I couldn't cover with plastic, I did try to use leaves rather heavily, so we'll see how that worked. Crusty snow though, because it was mostly sleet, so look, this is like crusty. It's not, I can't even step on it to smash it. Have I ever? Yes, I have. I am growing oregano. We can go look at it in the back. This is crusty snow though. I did cover my oregano because it's an Italian oregano. And in past years, it only lived to about, let's walk around to the back. I've lived in past years Oh, the garlic, here, I'll show you. Garlics look really good though. Remember I told you garlics are frost tolerant down to 0 degrees. So these are garlics that are lining the public sidewalk here. They're looking good. When they're well mulched, I mean, people in Canada also grow garlic too. When they're well mulched, garlic can survive down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So garlic is still doing well. Like I showed you, my little onion sprouts are doing well. Those are not as hardy as these, but hopefully they did okay. So these are garlics all lining the public sidewalk here. More garlic that I put here. Kind of thankful for them because then I kind of know where my border is. So that's what these are. In terms of coverage for my plants, I did try to use I did a mix of cardboard. I don't know if the situation is ideal, but I put cardboard and then I tried to use some insulation. I don't know if this cut it. It got down to 9 degrees tonight at some point. Today was the coldest night. And then in other places, I used bed sheets using the metal as a frame. So we'll see if the Napa cabbages under here the smaller Napa cabbages are doing all right. Let's go look at my oregano. Jonathan, is it different tasting? Honestly, Jonathan, I'm not sure that I have sophisticated enough taste buds to really tell the difference between what's store-bought and not. I know people say it all the time, but I'm not sure that my taste buds are sophisticated enough yet. Hang on, I'm gonna put on my gloves here. It's cold. Sorry for the blurriness. Okay. All right. We are gonna walk around to the back. Ooh, look at this nice little ice block. I wonder how the kids made this happen. It looks like ice on one side. Oh, here, like there's ice up here, but then it's like sleet that hasn't. I guess it's been continuously melting and then refreezing over. So there's like a nice layer of ice and then sleet down here. Happy Monday, Seed Addict. We got snow, Seed Addict. We usually only get it once a season. I mean, once every 5 years. But we got it. It's been happening more frequently in my zone. And we're walking around the back to check on my oregano. Roses are still they're mostly doing all right. These are roses. Roses are mostly good. Oh, maybe a little frost damaged. That's fine. They'll grow back in the spring. I do need to trim these back though. Look, roses. These are the blackberry bushes. Surprisingly, they didn't drop all their leaves yet. They definitely look like they're weather damaged though. These are blackberry. Roses again. Roses seem just fine. Roses are pretty hardy though. Really, Seed Addict? Let's see, asparagus. Asparagus are right. Not a whole lot to look at though. And it's not even, it's more like sleet or, you know what else is growing well? What is this? Calla lilies? Calla lilies. Cane lilies? No, I forgot what they're called. Oh, irises. Irises. That's what these are. Irises are also growing just fine. They kind of remind me of a garlic. So unsurprisingly, these seem to be growing well as well. Irises. We're good. Thank you for asking, Seed Addict. Just keeping warm to protect my mint. I wanted to protect my mint. So this is my mint under here. I just put a cardboard over it. And then here's my oregano over here. This one was completely, I kind of added last minute. So let's see if the oregano's still alive. I don't know about that. We'll leave it there. I'm pretty sure the ones in here are doing fine because I covered it well before the frost. We'll see. You know what else is still alive? This is Chinese cabbage. Chinese cabbage. Someone's burning some delicious wood. Smells good out here. This is Chinese cabbage. So yeah, I mean, sorry, not cabbage, Chinese broccoli. So Chinese broccoli also does well. This is actually from a plant that my dad gave me as a seedling back in May, and I've managed to keep it alive. So Chinese broccoli is doing just fine in these conditions. I think I started its seeds. I'm not sure. I think I started its seeds though. This is another Chinese broccoli plant. Chinese broccoli still doing well. Again, it went down to 9 degrees yesterday night at 4 a.m. or so. Pretty chilly. You also, okay. Okay, Jonathan, so you also have irises too. Nice. I didn't, yeah, I was having a brain fart today. Broccoli, Chinese broccoli, that's what it was. What else we got? So yeah, the oregano, that was my oregano back there that I was showing you guys. Let's see if we can look at it again. It's definitely frozen, and this is like not snow. It is like sleet. It's hard. It's fine. We'll leave it in place. It'll be a form of insulation. What else we got to show here? Not a whole lot. Here's my pile of mulch. Here's how it's looking. Pile of mulch. It's not as tall as it used to be. Maybe it's like 3 foot tall over there at the highest point. It's not as tall, so it's not keeping heat as well as it did when I first got it, when it was steaming. This is what it looks like. Pile of mulch. What else we got? Oh, we can look at the compost pile. Compost pile. Today, there's no more rain. There's not going to be any more precipitation. But, oh, here's more garlic. So yeah, garlic doing well. I just have garlic scapes. I think they call them garlic scapes everywhere. You just leave the garlics in place and they multiply. And so if you ever wanted to grow more, you just separate these out. Oh, sorry. Separate these out and grow more. So these are all the garlic scapes. Ooh, look at that contraption that the kids made. It looks nice and toasty under there. Raspberries. Okay, does anybody have any tips? What should I be doing with my raspberries? Am I supposed to be cutting them back? These are golden raspberries. If you have any tips, let me know. These are raspberries that I have here. I think I'm supposed to cut them back. I don't know. Let me know. More garlic scapes over here. That's the only thing that's green. What else I got? There's the fig tree. Here's my compost pile. How's the compost pile doing? Last I checked, there were fire ants in here, so we'll see. This is the compost pile, though. See how it's doing. Oh, I still see more. I see dirt down there. Do you think they've left, or are they still in there? Let's set it down and see. I see some dirt that's been picked across. Let's see how they're doing. This is like displaced dirt, which is a sign of fire ants. I feel some warmth, you guys. There is some warmth emanating from here, though. It's definitely nice and warm right here. It's nice and warm at the compost pile. Yes, you prune in the winter, Jonathan. Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm supposed to do with them, though. I have a couple of these fruit trees that I tried to grow from seed, so we'll see how they do. It is definitely warm next to the compost pile. That's nice. I remember there are a couple of winters where the rats would come and sleep next to my compost pile. It's a nice source of heat. Ooh, is this a setup? Nice. Ooh. Have you guys started your, how are y'all's tomatoes and peppers coming along? Actually, that's what we need to go do. We need to go water the tomatoes and pepper plants. I'm going to walk back around to the front. It's actually a beautiful day, you guys. It's nice in the sun. There won't be any more precipitation. No more precipitation. It is like a little winter wonderland, and that's nice, though. Winter wonderland. What else? How are you guys doing? Did everyone have a good weekend? Jonathan, you said my Thai chili is inside it. We're not. Yes, nice. Yeah. neither would mine. That reminds me, I did remember to bring my tomatoes and peppers indoors. I didn't even want to put them in the warmer section. I want them to actually sprout, and they haven't sprouted at all. Not unsurprisingly, it's been rather chilly. So while the cool season crops are sprouting, my warm season crops have not been sprouting at all. Here we are though. I'm just giving them a bottom water and getting them outside here. Let's see. Here we are. So here we are. So you'll see my peppers, my Roma. I just put some water to give it a good bottom water. I didn't water them the last couple of days while it was super cold, so I think my Roma actually has one seed that's finally sprouting though. It's exciting. You guys see that? That's finally sprouting there. In that corner. Actually, a few of them are coming up. So these are Romas in here. January 8th. So you'll see I started a while back. But outdoor growing is not working for the Roma tomatoes. It's clearly too cold. This one was supposed to be the 1/8 peppers that I started. Also, not a whole lot of activity. And even now, this is a compost seed. Oops. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to switch these out and water the other ones now. This one is cherry tomatoes. Also no activity on this. I brought them indoors though, so hopefully with the warmer weather, I usually keep it about 60s in the house. They'll do better. These need a good soak though. These are super dry. All right. This is my eggplant, I believe, that's in here. I forget what was in here. It's not sprouted though. Okay. Where are you saying? Seed at it to the west of me for 1.5 feet of snow of me. Oh. Ooh. Burr. Burr. Okay, so I'm just letting it water soak here. I'll let those water soak and this one too. And then Gary, good to see you. How are you guys doing? Look at that frost coming off. It's probably about 20 something right now. Your tomatoes are starting to grow. Ooh, too cold to take them out. Oh, that's a good idea though. Yeah, use temperature to help manage the growth of your plants. I love that. Yeah, I was showing you guys the 1/8 tomatoes that I started have not had any activity. I've been leaving them outdoors along my cool season crops, and those are clearly not doing. It's clearly too cold for them. We're doing good. Oh, so you guys didn't get any of the precipitation, huh? We got a good amount. It's exciting out here. I was just walking around. Actually, look, we got this. It's mostly sleet. Sleet and ice. So it's actually very hard out there. I'm just starting. So he's like, it's like, okay, that's not a good. In general, it's just really packed down snow, though, is what I'm showing. It's really packed down. Hopefully everything in there is doing okay. I put all the cilantro. I got that jug of water right here. So hopefully the plastic is doing its thing. You got rain with a little sleet, but none stuck. Oh, interesting, Gary. It was as cold as 9 degrees tonight. Yesterday night. And I think that's the coldest it's going to get. The next week is actually going to be pretty cold. It's going to be pretty appropriate for January weather. It'll be below freezing every night for the next couple of days here following our cold front. Following that winter storm, that is. Let's see how this does. Is this watered yet? It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm letting it bottom soak. And then I'll take these inside. Yeah, I'm going to need to keep since my tomatoes have not been showing any activity, I'll definitely need to bring them in the next week because got to get something growing. Gotham, good to see you. It's snow. Yes, the temperature is we had a winter storm this past weekend, and it is probably about 20 degrees right now. Yesterday night, 20 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Yesterday night, it was as cold as 10 degrees. I mean, 9 degrees at night. Yeah, sunlight and the sun feels really good. The sun feels incredibly. It's like you can be cold, but as long as the sun's there, you can feel warm. It's the most beautiful thing. Gary, you're saying I'm trying to figure out when to unpack my plants out of the garage. We are forecast to get another cold blast this coming weekend. Oh, trick. Yeah, Gary. So that's what I was saying. This whole week for us is showing just cold all night, every night, freezing. Pretty usual for January, but given that it's generally unseasonable, it is colder than this warmer weather that we've been having to date. That'd be tricky. Maybe wait until after, especially if it's like your warm season crops. Let's see, how are we doing? Let's pack this in. I think I let my, yeah, let the indoor plants get a little too dry here. Let's see how my bottom soaking is coming along. Let's see how the bottom soaking is coming along. All right, we're getting there. It's just the center one. We're getting there. The center one is a little dried though. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Let that bottom water a little bit longer. Okay, bottom water a little longer. Almost done, and then I bring those babies back inside. But here, it's pretty warm out here right now, so I'm just letting them hang out here for a little. They've been inside the last couple of days. We can't live in this weather. Got them. It's not so bad as long as you, like, a couple of cold days are good. Maybe it helps get rid of some of the bugs. Tropical areas tend to have too many bugs. Yeah, not too bad in the sun. It feels great in the sun, actually. That's why I'm not sitting in my usual spot because it's too shady. I gotta sit over here where it's nice and warm in the sun. Yeah. What do you guys eat for, any ideas? Or what are you guys eating for, on cold days? We had lots of soups, lots of curries, oven baked stuff to warm the house. We had the fireplace going pretty much every day for the last 3 days to keep warm. Ooh, dumplings. Like, we are still overcast. Hopefully we'll get some sun. Okay, I hope for you too. We did have a few days of overcast, and this sun is just like, just makes everything warmer, right? Sun is just, what would we do without sun? We wouldn't be able to grow plants. It warms you. It's beautiful. Yummy, see that? Fresh baked bread, chicken wings, yummy, homemade soups. Yes. What else? Curries. I mentioned curries. Baked bread, yeah. Gotcha, you're saying normally we are living just up to 9-10 degrees max, but higher side it's up to 45 degrees and 50 degrees. We can survive. You're talking in Celsius, I bet, Gotham. What else are we having? Yeah, lots of oven baked food. What was the other thing I made? There's something I made. I actually tried to do a collage of, I'm trying to do a quick snippets of kind of the things that I'm eating to keep warm. Unfortunately, none of them are garden to table because there's not a whole lot growing in the garden. And I haven't eaten that mustard yet. It actually sat out in the garage because I didn't have anywhere to put it. And I think it got a little too cold for it in the garage. It's looking a little withery. All right, we'll let bottom water a little longer. Yeah, so not a whole lot to show you guys right now. I'm just bottom watering some of my warm season crops that I brought indoors because I noticed it's been like 2 weeks and no activity on them. It's just been too cold out here, I guess, for them to seed start. All my winter crops are seed start. All my cool season crops are starting and sprouting just fine. But the warm season, the tomatoes, peppers, and the eggplants that take a long time to harvest are taking a while. Yeah, Jonathan, I think he is very accustomed to warm weather. Gotcha, because Gautam, you're in India, right? It's like tropical warm there. Yeah, so not a whole lot to show. I showed you living broccoli, Chinese broccoli that's still alive. I showed you my irises that are still alive, the roses that are still doing well despite 9 degrees. Uh, I guess I have some. Yeah, some of my trees are still green, but they must be like the evergreen type. Hello, Ashton. Welcome. Yes, it's like cold. You want to see Demon? Yeah, let's look at the snow in my garden here. Snow in the garden. So this is the snow in the front yard. I use the plastic to cover stuff. I say snow. It's actually more like sleet. It's hard packed, very icy. I'll go walk up there so you guys can see the texture. Let me get up. Yeah, so it looks like this. So this part is soft, and now that it's sunny, I guess it's starting to melt a little and turn into more like snow. But this is pretty. This is like a chunk of like this. It looks like this. We don't usually get snow or ice in my area. I think that's cilantro, coriander. That's in there if you guys can see that. This is my grapefruit tree that I grew from seed. I just covered it with a cardboard box and then plastic over it. So you'll see all of this is like, it's like a, oh, whoops, haha. What else to show you guys? Mostly everything is, what is this? It's my snow peas that were exposed. Whoops. Oh, I guess I didn't cover them well. Well, hopefully they did okay right here. Whoops, I didn't realize the snow peas were exposed. I hope that comes back alive. Uh-oh. Garlic, I was going to show you, was doing just fine. This is my garlic. These are all the garlics. Garlic does fine in this weather. Hardy down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So garlic is frost tolerant. It even smells like garlic. Like I'm standing right here and I brush against it. Smells like garlic in the air. What else? My onion sets. Those are the other things that are kind of poking through and still showing green. So this is more garlic right here. All garlic around here. What is this? Oh, this is my my mustard. It looks barely alive. It's still green though. My mustard plant. I thought mustard was only hardy down to 28. So this is mustard right here. Ooh, I gotta put on my gloves. Ooh, that cold, making me cold. But, the wind is the wind is to be taken seriously. You gotta take that wind seriously. Put on my gloves. Brr, it's cold. Put on my gloves. Demon, you're saying, oh, I've never seen, well, there you go. This is the closest I'm going to be able to show you. And it's not even snow. It's more icy. It's considered sleet. So it's icier. We'll walk around and see how it's changing. Wind can be brutal. Yes, it can be. Oh my gosh, my hands are about to freeze off. Gary, you say, I have some flower buds on my... Oh, how exciting, Gary. What are you going to do? Are you going to pluck them off? Or are you going to... Your indoor sprouted dwarf tomatoes. Oh, wait. No, those are the ones that you said you grow indoor, right? How exciting. Are you going to harvest them? So you're going to let them grow. I think I got confused. I have another friend who is also growing tomatoes indoors. I think he eventually plans to transplant them though. But yours, I remember you're growing your micro dwarfs indoors for initial fruiting. Is that right? Ashton, welcome. Okay, so I was gonna show you how it got as cold as 9 degrees. Here are my scrappy setup. I put in like dead grass down there, and then here's the cardboard I don't know if that's gonna work, but it's done now. I'm glad. So actually what happened is the day that the winter storm was coming in, I actually did not bother to cover my plants. I was like, I'm gonna let it rain. And then I started looking it up and I was like, wait a second. Rain, if it's continuous, is not good either. Like I need, kind of think about it as humans, right? When humans need to stay warm, the last thing we need is wet, right? So when I went to go look it up, the internet confirmed with me that at some point you do need to protect your plants from the rain. Otherwise, the continuous rain and freezing temps will kill them as well. I was like, oh. So at 10 p.m., I'm out here in the drizzling rain, like covering my plants. And I'm thankful I did that because the next day there was, of course, starting to fall snow, sleet type precipitation. And once it starts falling like this, it's like very tough to work with. Anyway, I covered my whole like front yard pretty much with as much of the plastic that I had and cardboard boxes. So we'll see how everything does. Gary, you've never pulled off tomato buds. I start them indoors and put them out when it warms up. Oh, okay. So you are also transplanting. Okay. Too much rain will drown. That's a good point too, seed addict. Yeah, and it had been raining all day at that point. So I was like, I gotta cover and protect them. And so that's what I did. I'm glad I did. Because it was just like nonstop rain. So I think I actually ended up saving most of my stuff because at 10 p.m. I was out there covering my stuff. It was for the better though. I was gonna show you around. I'm having to take my gloves on and off. Look at this. This is a piece of. It looks like the top has frozen into ice. Probably because it was continuously being melted by the sun and then frozen over. So this top part is ice, and then this is like this is ice too, but it's not condensed in this format yet. Anyway, so it's fun. I like this big piece right here. Ooh, ooh, cold. That wind. Cold. Put my glove back on. Okay, back in business. Clean up a little bit out here. I think by tomorrow we're supposed to defrost. Tomorrow we're supposed to thaw out. So we'll take a look and see how everything did. It's very comforting to know that under the plastic, it's like dry mulch over there. And it's probably pretty cozy under there, I imagine. Let me see. Like I have that jug of water, and if I just kick it, is it frozen? Let me see. Actually, that plastic jug is frozen. I think the ice in it is frozen. Okay, so it got pretty cold in there, but hopefully everything's... I still see things that are green, so I am encouraged. Yeah, that looks like cilantro right here. You guys see that? I think that's cilantro. That's cilantro in there. So cilantro's still alive. We'll assess the conditions tomorrow, though. Gary, you said I covered my broccoli and 4 in-ground citrus trees, as did I. Nice. I mean, I don't have any broccoli, but I covered what I have in ground. I like rain. It does seem to add some insulation, dry, cold. Okay, good to know, Gary. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Remember I learned my lesson? Because my Napa cabbage just sustained some damage. Definitely understand that you need to water. But I do think there's a point where it becomes too much water, especially when it's getting cold. It's kind of like your plants... They're wet, and then they're also getting cold wind. It's the conditions for some type of plant hypothermia. So that's what I was reading. I have not witnessed it, nor do I plan to, at least not at this point in the growing season. I'm sure some of my stuff out there I wasn't able to properly cover though. So we'll see what type of damage that did. The continuous rain, the nonstop rain, and freezing temps do to plants. Hello, into the out. Yeah, to seed addict's point, you said drowning. And then I think just actual precipitation on the leaves themselves is not good either. And I think it depends on how hardy you're planted. Like these roses seem fine. The roses seem okay. Sometimes though, the damage you don't see until a couple days after though. So the roses, they look okay. We'll have to see though. Roses, I understand, are hardy down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. It did get well below 15 on some nights though. But maybe it has to be like continuous damage. We'll see. Fig tree is looking bald. Fig tree is looking bald here. Oh, flattered John, thank you. We're out here winter gardening my freezing zone. Actually, there's actually not a whole lot to show right now. But on Wednesday, I'll be able to show you guys live how everything defrosted and is doing here in the garden. Let me see. Let's see. I was out here watering some of my I took the opportunity for it warm today to go ahead and water some of my indoor some of my warm season crops. So Gary was talking about his tomatoes. Okay, I need to add a little bit more water to these, but these are still looking a little dry. I'm doing some bottom watering. So bottom watering of these. Demon, I'm not yet home. Okay, hopefully Demon, yeah, drive safely, please. Drive safely. Be well. Gary, you're saying every cold snap is different. You can get more damage with higher temps. I'm excited to learn all about it, Gary. I mean, yeah, with my plants, that is. I fully expect that I probably did lose some of my sprouts that I've been kind of sprouting all along. But you guys know I am always sprouting new seeds, so it's okay. Is it a little frustrating? Yes, but I went into this knowing that I was going to be risking some of my plants. Our coldest month is always February. I mean, regardless of where you are, I think February is always the coldest month. So definitely started seeds knowing that I probably wasn't going to see all of them come to fruition or come to fruit. But my Napa cabbages, the bigger ones, are probably doing okay. So we'll see. Into the Out. Well, thank you so much. Yay, how exciting. Into the Out. Yeah, you guys get to see firsthand what's going on in the garden real time. So this is exciting. At first I was like, I don't want to do this. Like there's not a whole lot to see, but actually it is really exciting to see the garden covered in snow, even though there's not a whole lot. And I was showing you guys here what can grow in snow. I showed you guys garlic, that still grows. I showed you guys the Chinese broccoli. I don't have actual broccoli growing, but I have Chinese broccoli growing. And so I showed you guys that's still showing green despite temperatures down to 9 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday night. That was probably the coldest it got in my area. And then I showed you guys iris flowers. Those are pretty hardy, it seems. Those almost have the texture of like a garlic flower, of a garlic leaf. So unsurprisingly, they are also doing well. Roses are pretty hardy. And then, what else? Some of my bushes, although I don't know what kind of bush this is, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But here, this is one of the bushes I have. I don't know what kind of type it is though. But yeah. So I personally think it's really exciting to kind of understand what these natural plants can do. And yeah, because sometimes, I got that wet. I got my glove that's not waterproof wet. Oops. Yeah, to understand what nature can do and protect it as needed. I mean, ultimately, I do want to try and grow my food year-round, so that's what I'm trying to do here. A lot of my food crops are all covered, though. I didn't want to risk it, especially my bigger Napa cabbages. As you guys may have seen, like in fall, I started some Napa, also known as Chinese cabbages, and they're like 18 inches across now, so those I have all covered, along with some smaller versions as well. Yay! Thank you, In and Out. Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah. So let's see. I'm not sure that I have a whole lot to share. I think I might need to keep this shorter because I don't have a whole lot to share. So there's like no seed starting happening. Um, yeah, like I was showing you guys, the only thing I'm doing right now is winter or watering some of my warm season crops that I did end up bringing indoors because they were not sprouting outside. Warm season crops, if you guys know, or well, what you should know about warm season crops, I'm talking about tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. Those are all probably better sprouted at 60s to 70, 60s to 80 degree temps. And it's just been a little bit too cold here in my zone the last 2 weeks, and so I've actually had no activity on them. I brought them inside when the winter storm came in though, in hopes of them sprouting. I see some activity. So it looks like those couple of days being indoors did help. Here are my, on 1/8, I started Roma tomatoes. So you'll see I have some activity in here. Let's see, can you guys see that? See those little bits of green? So something's coming up. But yeah, for the longest time, it's already been 2 weeks, right? Not a whole lot of activity. So this is something's finally happening. I think this was eggplants in here. I actually don't remember anymore. But yeah, these are eggplants, I think. I'll just have to start some more seeds when it's a little bit warmer though. Maybe, yeah, tomorrow when we start to thaw out, maybe I'll try and start some more seeds out here. Hope you guys are keeping warm. Let's soak this a little longer. Soak this a little longer. Yay! Gary, you're saying, I did plant some more tomatoes yesterday. Ooh, now your seed station is full. Haha. Exciting. Yeah, I do want to start more seeds. I have more trays to work with actually. They're now all empty, but now it's just so cold, right? I don't want to do anything else. See it added, you're saying you haven't been put much? Huh? What are you saying? Gary, you say my dwarf and micro dwarf tomatoes are big enough. Wow. Okay. That's right, Gary. You mentioned that they're growing too fast. Okay, exciting. Exciting. Let's see how this is coming along. Yeah, like I was showing you, my tomatoes I have essentially none at the moment. I need to get them going though. So that's why I brought them inside, and hopefully it's getting them to sprout for sure. I do want to start some more. And I want the top of it looks like I let my seedlings go a little bit too long without water. So actually they're struggling to hydrate, and I'm just gonna top water a little. It's just taking too long to hydrate. I've already been soaking it for a really long time. I'm just gonna water this. Okay, hopefully that's good. Okay, hopefully that does it. Gary, see, Dad, you're saying, oh, I'm staying hard. You haven't been out much. Oh, perfect, perfect. Pour some water back in here. And if you guys remember, we started those strawberries, right? The strawberries, they're all the way in the plastic, so I can't even look at them. I actually wonder if it's too warm in there for them. Because remember, I wanted to have those experience like cold temps. I don't know, we'll see. Yay, Gary, the sun has come out for you. How fabulous. Cold and dreary day, but as soon as that sun comes out, like everything's better, right? At least in my opinion. That's the case. Yay, Gary. Exciting, exciting. Well, welcome home, Demon. What else should we chat about? Not a whole lot going on right now. we'll see on Wednesday how everything does. Tomorrow we're gonna get above freezing. Today's not gonna get above freezing at all. And then tomorrow we're gonna get above freezing. And then the kids will be back in school on Wednesday. And then yeah, I should be able to show you guys everything, how everything did. We'll be able to assess. Although, like I said, the next couple of days are still going to be pretty cold at night though, so I may still have to continue to protect the plants, and then opening it up during the day. I think I prefer this actually, because when it's so cold, I don't have to remove all the plastic covering. But when it is, when it's not too cold but not too warm, that's when you have to, when the nights are cold but the days are warm, that's when you have to like continuously remove all the plastic, because my plastic doesn't vent. So how exciting, Demon, you bought your strawberry seeds. Okay, Demon, the thing is though, you don't get cold in your zone, right? So you're not going to do the winter sowing, right? You're not going to put it in the plastic jug because you don't need to in your tropical zone. But I do wish you luck trying to start them though. You could, like Seed Addict was talking about, put those seeds in the fridge to get them to cold stratify for a period, and then try sprouting them. Try that, Demon. Put them, remember, so like you don't get cold like it does in my zone, but you can put the seeds in the fridge to mimic that coldness. I would say at least 2 weeks, right? Seed Addict, you said 2 weeks, right? 2 to 3 weeks. So put them in the fridge for 2 to 3 weeks to get them cold, and then try to sprout them, Demon. Gary, you're saying we're forecasted to get to 41 today. That's going to be our tomorrow, Gary. That's going to be our tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to thaw out. Might take out some of my Nice, Gary. You're gonna take your tomatoes around the block. I love it. Get them some real sun, some real wind. Love it. Love it. They'll grow better that way. Okay, perfect, Seed Addict. Yeah, so Demon, you're in a warm zone. You're not gonna get cold like it is, so you're not gonna be able to do the outdoor winter sowing. Put them in the fridge though. Just the seed packets, and then try that. I actually left out here. Oh, we can talk about it. I just left these seeds out here. A lot of these seeds in here are my seeds, that wildflower seeds and whatnot, and I'm hoping, Seed Addict, using that same concept except using the outdoors, that I'm able to mimic that. I didn't want to put these in dirt yet because it takes up room, right? So what I did is I'm just using the outdoors on my refrigerator. I have some poppies that these are seeds that I previously planted and have saved the seeds from. These are dried poppy heads, in case you're curious. Dried poppy heads. And my whole purpose is I wanted to stick these outside. You just saw I grabbed them from right here, right? I wanted to mimic refrigerator temps with the warming and the thawing, just not without dirt though. So we'll see if this still does the trick. I have historically planted my poppies out in October. It's just a lot of work because I had to like protect that area. I would put plastic over it when it got cold because I was afraid that they were damaged. I mean, they probably would have been just fine, but and then I had to remember that I planted them there so I didn't disturb them. So if I can just put these seed packets outside and mimic refrigeration outside, that saves me fridge space. That saves me the headache of planting them early in the fall and then trying to remember where I planted them. So hopefully this triggers all of them to still grow. These here, I believe, are these purple poppies. And then I also have a bunch of other perennial wildflower type seeds that I have been placing outside for the last month or so in hopes that they'll sprout come spring. So this is some wildflower mix. I love how let's see, there's a wildflower mix, there's this one. This is forget-me-not seeds. I don't know if these need to be out here. Old-fashioned mixture seed. And some of these seeds are really old, so I think I'm hoping that me putting them outside like this will also trigger the same type of cold stratification that a lot of your wildflowers and more perennial flowers need. Demon, is a poppy is kind of like tobacco, right? Yeah, I think a certain type of poppy is tobacco, but I'm just growing it for the flower. Yeah, in and out. I don't know if this is going to work, but I mean, same idea, right? Like if people can put these packets on the fridge to mimic cold stratification, why can't I just put it outdoors? These are what? So these are, and like I said, I didn't want to use the traditional winter sowing method because then that takes up dirt and that takes up plastic. And for my wildflowers, I don't know. They're not as precious as my vegetable flowers, so, or my vegetable plants, like strawberries. This is Alyssium. I don't know. I don't even know what this is. Have a bunch of flowers. We'll see. I might actually have more flowers. I should have probably taken them out. There's borage. What's this one? Oh, I think I have more flower seeds. I'm going to dig them all out and put them outside. Seed Addict. What kind of poppies? I have a black beauty poppy and a large lavender. This one's Lauren's Grape. There's a local legend that renowned Colorado garden writer Lauren Springer sowed some poppy seeds from a bagel and discovered this unique variety. In reality, this experienced horticulturalist spent years cooling the seeds from the rich purple poppies growing in her garden, knowing that gardeners would appreciate the superb beauty of this stunning cultivar. Bees love it too. It says recommended 4 to 6 weeks before your average last frost date, or as soon. Yeah, so that's January, right, for me. I should probably actually go in and look at all my other flowers and see what else. I'm just going to put them in a baggie, leave them outside. Like these, I just left outside like this. And so we'll see how they do. I do have some more flowers. I should probably take them out. Because a lot of my seeds that I store are indoors. And they wouldn't get that temperature change that you need for cold stratification. I'm actually going to go through and look at my seed packets in a little. Okay. Good to see you growing. Seed Addict. So we're getting to a high of 18 degrees Fahrenheit. Woohoo! Woohoo, Seed Addict. At least it's not 0. But you'll have to buy this cooler thing, don't you? Okay. Oh. Okay, nice. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And on Wednesday, we should de-thaw and be able to see how things are doing in the garden. Following this winter storm that we had. Okay. Let me know. You guys are doing, hope everyone's keeping warm. Good to see you, Jonathan. Good to hang out, everybody. And catch you guys on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. See you guys soon. Take care. Bye.